Welcome to class 11 students. Today I am going to continue with the chapter chemical constituents of living cell, and in my previous video I have discussed with you the structure of means the classification of protein, how proteins can be classified into different groups. The groups are simple protein, compound protein and derived protein, and I have also explained to you why they are named so, means on what basis they have been classified in such a manner, and their examples as well. Now today we are going to continue with the next part of the chapter, protein only, but its structure. Okay, so there are three levels of structure of protein. One is primary, second is secondary, third is tertiary. So more or less these three types of structures are there. Sometimes there is another structure as well which is known as quaternary, but these are the three main structures or structural organization of protein. Okay, so let's start with the structure of protein. In this picture you can see the different complexities of the structure of proteins, but before going into the complexities, let me tell you that each protein chain or a protein is made up of many amino acids linked through peptide chain. So we can call a protein as a polymer of amino acids. So suppose this is one amino acid, A is an amino acid linked to another amino acid by a peptide bond. Again this A is linked to another amino acid by a peptide bond. Again these two are linked to each other by a peptide bond. So this is a rough diagram, a random structure of protein that I have drawn here to make you understand that how amino acids are joined to each other with the help of peptide bond. And there are 20 different types of amino acids that make up all the essential proteins. Okay, now that we have discussed about amino acids and peptides, let's move on to the different complexities of the structure of the protein molecule. The first one, the basic structure, is a primary structure. Here you can see it is a linear structure. It's like a simple line. Okay, like this. It in some books or in some pictures you will find a simple line like this, but it can be bent like this as well. So this is a linear arrangement of amino acids in a protein, and disulfide bond may be found as covalent linkage between two amino acids. Okay, so here disulfide bonds are found between two amino acids, not peptide bonds. Peptide bonds will obviously be there, but also disulfide bonds, means S and S. Di means two and sulfide means S. So two disulfide bonds will be there along with the peptide bond to link two adjacent amino acids. Clear? So this is a very simple and linear structure of the protein known as a primary structure. Next, moving on to the secondary structure, which is just the next level of the primary structure. And in this structure there are areas of folding or coiling within a protein. So here there are two types of secondary structure are drawn, that is, which is the alpha helix and this is the beta pleated sheet. You can see there are coilings here like this. Okay, and here there are foldings. So these structures make up the secondary structure, which is just the next level of the primary structure of protein. Moving on to the third level, that is the tertiary structure, and this is the three-dimensional structure. We all know 3D, right? 3D means three dimensions are there. So this is a 3D structure of protein which results from a large number of non-covalent interactions between amino acids. So here you can see the linear arrangement is not there, and not even there is simple bonding or simple coiling or bending like secondary structure. But in tertiary structure there are like lots of coils. So it is starting from here and doing this. So coiling, when the coiling stage comes, that is forming the tertiary structure. Next, coming to the quaternary structure, which is the final level of the complexity in case of protein structures. So here you can see there is excessive coiling, okay, and there are different types of proteins. This is one type, this is another, this is another, and this is another. Okay, so these are produced by non-covalent interactions that bind multiple polypeptides. So as I said, there are, in this particular diagram, there are 4 polypeptide chains. Okay, so these covalent multiple covalent interactions bind these all different proteins together and is forming a large and the most complex structure of protein. Clear? Lastly, coming to the different important functions that a protein plays in a living body, here you will find a lot of functions. In your book also you will find about 13 points are noted down under the functions subtopic. So starting with enzymes, they act as enzyme catalyst, mediating biochemical reactions of metabolism occurring inside the cell. Okay, so they act as enzymes which are more or less like catalysts, and they help in the different biochemical reactions that take place inside the body or even a cell. Okay, next, they act as hormones. For example, here you can see insulin, gastrin, glucagon. These all are proteins which are important hormones inside our body. Next, signaling molecules. After that, antibodies or immunoglobulins, which are very very important for our body. After that, it may helps to maintain the fluid balance. Next, acid base balance in our body. They act as channels and pumps. So in class 9 you have studied about the different pumps which help in the transport of different molecules from one side of the membrane to the other side. And then other transport functions like albumin helps in transport, rhodopsin helps in transport. Okay, and lastly, coming to the structure and mechanics, like actin, myosin, these are all proteins that are found in our muscles and they help in our movement. Okay, so you can write these points or the points that are in your book, more or less they are same, and all these points are important for your exam. So you can read about 4 or 5 to write in your exam. That will be enough, but it will be better if you know all of these points.